Welcome to the Crypto Guild. I'm your host Rahul, and on this channel we talk everything crypto. Today's video is going to be about reviewing the Exodus wallet, so let's get right into it. So first up, Exodus was sort of founded back in 2015 by two guys. Like one was Richardson, the other one was Daniel Castagnoli. Now Daniel comes from a design background. He's done plenty of work for the likes of Apple, BMW, Nike, and JP is pretty well versed with the crypto and blockchain technology in general. He's written a bunch of different libraries which continue to be used today in I believe in Bitcoin's code and other places as well as open source. So overall, these guys got together and they really wanted to create a wallet which would essentially remove the geek requirement, for you to be a techie, to be able to use one of these wallets, and they wanted to have a great user interface and great design as well, and easy to use, obviously. So they went ahead and did that to create the Exodus wallet back in 2015. And the Exodus wallet, it's actually a software-based wallet, and it's a multi-currency wallet, which means it can hold a bunch of different coins. I believe the count is at 100 plus right now. So they can hold about 100 different coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a bunch of other altcoins as well. So let's talk a little bit about what their product offering is. So number one, they have a desktop wallet, right? Which is, comes for Mac, Windows, and Linux. And then they also have a mobile wallet, which works on both Android and iOS. On top of that, they've got an integration with hardware wallet that is Trezor. And then they also offer a bunch of different add-ons in terms of different applications, which you can use to sort of extend the wallet even further. Now, in terms of key features, let's look at some of the interesting aspects of Exodus. So number one, they've got a great design. They've spent a lot of focus and time on the UI itself, and that's just primarily to make sure that the user experience is great. They get an A+, as far as I'm concerned, in this particular area. They support, as I mentioned before, they support multiple cryptocurrencies, so they support over 100. And these guys release updates every 2 weeks, so they're constantly adding new cryptocurrencies and new features, right? They've been doing this consistently since I've been using the wallet, which was way back in 2016. Then they also offer a number of different extensions, right, which they call crypto apps. And through these apps, you can enable features such as staking. So you can stake, for example, in proof of stake blockchains such as Cardano, Ethereum, Polkadot, Algorand, a whole bunch more. They support staking from directly within the Exodus wallet. You don't have to go anywhere, which is a great feature. I believe they have 8 supported as of now, and they do keep adding to these. And then they have a functionality by which they call it compound finance, by which you can actually earn compound interest on certain coins and tokens. So as of now, the DAI token is supported, and they also have a crypto exchange feature, right, which essentially allows you to swap one cryptocurrency for another. Now, just something to keep in mind, guys, this particular feature is how they primarily make their money, right? So this is the only place where they charge a fees for doing the swap. Most wallets don't offer this convenience, and you don't have to use it. You can actually go outside the wallet, like maybe to an exchange, do the swap, and then send your tokens and coins back into the Exodus wallet, right? But if you ever see a fees associated with your Ethereum, Bitcoin, or any other blockchain-based transactions, just know that fee has nothing to do with Exodus at all. That's the fee charged by the blockchain itself. They also have one more great feature which is worth calling out, is that they allow you to set the fees, the network fees, currently for Bitcoin and for Ethereum. So you can choose how much fees you want to send, and this will control how fast your transaction gets committed. In most of the other wallets, this feature isn't really there. They just kind of come up with a calculation, and then you just have to and that calculation, by the way, guys, is mainly more than is needed. Let's talk about some of their security and privacy features. So they're very big on privacy. There's no KYC at all, and they don't associate any data with your financial transactions. So I consider that a really good thing for the crypto world. In terms of security, their I think the one thing everyone needs to understand is that hardware wallets will always be the most secure. Then come paper wallets, then come desktop, and then comes mobile, and lastly comes exchange wallets, right? And it really has to do with a couple of different features, which is why it's sort of rated like this. And the features related to this primarily have to do with accessibility. So generally, if something is online, it's going to be less secure than something that is offline. And if something is encrypted, it's going to be less secure than something that is not encrypted, right? So this is how we get sort of this pecking order in terms of, you know, which wallets are most secure and private. Now, in terms of their desktop wallet, which is something that I use pretty often, it's a great wallet, but it doesn't really stack up in terms of its security. Like, so they decided not to go with two-factor authentication. I'm sure a lot of you already used 2FA, and so that kind of makes this wallet vulnerable to, for example, malware and key logging type of like attacks, right? So that's something they actually chose purposely, not or deliberately, not to do. And there's actually an explanation on their website about why they haven't done 2FA. They also call out the fact that you shouldn't necessarily store a large amount of cryptocurrency on this particular wallet because of, you know, certain features such as this. They recommend using the Trezor wallet, which is a hardware wallet, and the Exodus wallet does interface with the Trezor wallet, right? And so that's what they recommend if you really want to have the highest grade security out there. A couple of other things, they use a simplified payment verification, which is to say that typically a wallet will need to download the entire blockchain for it to like work properly. So to maintain sort of efficiency and speed, they do a sort of simplified version of this where they don't download the entire blockchain, right, on every transaction. They sort of download a part of the blockchain and they use a verification system. Now, this is secure, but it's not considered as secure as if they would download the entire blockchain. And then one more thing, which is still relatively new, but currently they only support one private key, which is again, it's considered adequate, but there is a new mechanism in place called multi-signature addresses where you actually have multiple private keys, right? And so no one can, even if you lose your private key or even if it gets stolen, you need a majority amongst the number of private keys out there for a transaction to take place or for anyone to like steal your crypto, right? So assume you had 3 keys, one with yourself, one you, let's say, stocked away in a vault, and another one you have with an organization. So no single entity could actually do any transactions using your crypto. You would need access to 2 of the 3 keys. So again, it's a more new feature, multi-signature addresses, but that's something that Exodus Wallet does not currently have just yet. Yeah, guys, so that was it. This wallet is overall a really good wallet for beginners, great UI. They do consistent sort of like updates. They provide support primarily via online channels right now, email, Facebook, Twitter, and the like. In terms of security, it's not the most secure wallet out there, and they've acknowledged this in their site. They even recommend using it not for storing large amounts of crypto. And I think it's a wallet which gets overall, it gets like a B+ sort of rating, but I've had no problems and no complaints with it at all. Hopefully you found that useful, and if you're considering using the Exodus wallet, you definitely should, but just be aware of some of its current shortcomings, and hopefully the team will continue to build on it as they have over the past. All right, guys, until the next one, thank you so much and peace.